Om Gananahum Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashtravastavam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspadhanas Chinmannudibisi Dasadanam Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Shruti Spruti Puranana Malayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Sadashiva Samarambam Shankara Acharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Parjanta Vande Shri Guru Paramparam Om Shri Shankaracharya Swamine Namaha Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahavirjam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. We can start now.
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
Namaste, Mahodaya sir.
Namaste.
ये हि स्पर्शजा भोगाः दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः.
Good.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
Namaste Mahodaya.
Namaste. Yeah, you can chant the shloka that is in the screen now.
Oh, yeah. Shaknoti haiva yas sodhum prakshariravimokshanat kama krododbhavau vegam sayuktas sukhi naraha.
Good.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
Yonta sukho nantaram tathananta jyotir revayaha sayogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhuto adi gacchati.
No, this is Yontas Sukontara Ramaha.
Yonta sukho ntararamaha.
Yeah, once again, same thing.
Yonta sukhontararamaha
Tatantar Jyotirevayah.
tathantirjyotirevayaha yonta sukha antararamaha tathanta jyotirevayaha.
Okay, good. Next,
Lalita K Bhagini.
same shloka once, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yontas sukhontara tadhantar jyotirevayaha sayogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhuto dhigacchati.
Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
Labante brahma nirvanam rishayah china kalmashaha chinnadvaidayatatmanaha sarvabhuta hiterataha.
We are done up to here only, right?
Lakshmi Bhagini.
I think we are ready to start this shloka, am I right?
Sir, till 26 you have done yesterday.
No,
25
only, sir.
Okay, I
You have
think
to start from 26.
25 you have
we have mixed this shloka. Rakshas Parsha. Yes, one of you can chant this shloka.
Which, okay,
Lakshmi
sir.
BV Bhagini.
Yeah, 21. Okay.
Yeah.
Bahyasparsheshvasaktatma vindatyatmani yatsukham sabrahma yoga yuktatma sukhamakshayam ashnute.
So we are done up to Shloka 25 yesterday. So I will take the other Shlokas today. You can call someone.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Kama Krodha Viyuktanam
Kamakrodhaviyuktanam. Kamakrodhaviyuktanam.
Yatinai Yata Chetasam
Yatinaya yata chetasam. Yatinayata chetasam.
Kama Krodha Viyuktanam Yatinai Yata Chetasam
Kamakrodhaviyuktanam. Yatinayata chetasam. Kamakrodhaviyuktanam. Yatinayata chetasam.
Next.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Abhito Brahma Nirvanam
अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणम्
Vartate Viditatmanam
वर्तते विदितात्मनां वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्
Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam
अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्
Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
Kama Krodha Viyuktanam Yatina Yata Chetasam
Kamakrodhaviyuktanam. Yatinayata chetasam. Kamakrodhaviyuktanam. Yatinayata chetasam.
Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam
अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्.
Very good. Next.
Dr. Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
First line 2 times.
Yes, sir. कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतीनां यतचेतसां कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतीनां यतचेतसां.
Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
Second line 2 times.
अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्.
Next.
Gurumurthy Mahodaya.
Entire Shloka once.
Yes, sir. Kama Krodha Viyuktanam Yadinam Yatechate Chetasam.
Just hold on. Kama Krodha Viyuktanam
Kama Krodha Viyuktanam Kama Krodha Viyuktanam
Yatinam Yata Chetasam
Yadinaya Yatachetasam Yadinaya Yatachetasam.
It is Yatinam Yata Chetasam. When you chant it together, it is Yatina Yata Chetasam. Im become I. That's all. Yatina Yata Chetasam.
Yadinaya Yatachetasam
Kama Krodha viyuktanam yatina yatachetasam.
कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतिनायतचेतसाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्.
Good. Next.
Shanti Badri Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Entire shloka once.
कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतीनायतचेतसां कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतीनायतचेतसाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्.
Next.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
Shloka once. Full shloka.
कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतीनायतचेतसाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्.
Good. Next.
Lalita K Bhagini.
Yes, sir. कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतेनायतचेतसाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्.
Good. Next.
Lakshmi BV Bhagini.
कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतीनायतचेतसाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्.
Good. Next.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यतीनायतचेतसाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्.
Good. Next.
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
कामक्रोधवियुक्तानां यदीनायतचेतसाम् अभितो ब्रह्मनिर्वाणां वर्तते विदितात्मनाम्.
So now we'll go to the meaning of this shloka. When we look at the earlier shloka which we did yesterday, Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Rishayah Kshina Kalmashaha Chinnadvaita Yatatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hiterataha. Here, they were Rishayah rishis. They can also be called as seers. You know, in English, there is a word for rishis, seers, S-E-E-R-S. Seers means they are able to see something beyond. What we are not able to see, they are able to see. We are still ignorant of our own true nature, which is Brahman. So they are able to see that also. So seers or rishis are those people who are able to see something beyond. Okay. So Chinnadvaita, they are absolutely devoid of any kind of confusion. Yatatmanaha, they have been able to have absolute mastery and control over their body and senses. Sarvabhuta hiterataha, they are good to everything. They are very happy with everything. For these people, kshina kalmashaha, the impurities have been removed totally. Impurities in the sense, impurities of the mind. When the impurities of the mind is removed, they are absolutely clean, and only such kinds of people will be able to realize their Brahman, realize the self, which is Brahman. So, labante Brahma Nirvanam. Those people are the ones who are able to achieve the Brahma Nirvanam. Okay, that is, they are able to see the self and they are able to see the Brahman in their own self. Okay, and if you look at that way, it is not that labante means you are achieving. It is not that somebody has got to go somewhere and achieve something. It is the true self of every individual is only Brahman. But the problem is that ignorance is there within ourselves in our mind. Because of the ignorance, we are not able to really know our own self. And that is the impurity. Ignorance can be taken as impurity. Kshina kalmashaha, when those impurities are removed or destroyed, Labante Brahma Nirvanam. So once that is gone, once the mirror has fully dirt, the lot of dirt of the mirror, you just wipe out the mirror clean, you will be able to see the image immediately. Similarly, the impurities of the mind, if it is just cleaned, then you will be able to immediately realize or see the inner self, which is same as the Brahman. Okay, that is what we studied, we saw yesterday. So today, when Bhagavan is talking about it, he has talked about Brahma Nirvanam. Again, when he is trying to summarize his topic, he is again starting with Kama Krodha Viyuktanam. So you would have seen that right from the second chapter, this Kama Krodha has come number of times, which means that the biggest stumbling block anybody can have in terms of self-realization is Kama Krodha. You see here, the amount of importance he's giving everywhere. I'm sure that you would have seen at least a dozen slokas contained in this Kama Krodha. Kama Yesha, Krodha Yesha, then Jagate Vishayan Pumsaha, then all those, we have seen so many slokas of Kama Krodha. Here he is now telling Kama Krodha Viyuktana, those who are absolutely free of Kama and Krodha. And yesterday also we were seeing one sloka where we said that Kama Krododbhavam Vegam. So one has to understand the force that is coming in the individuals due to which the impelling force for Kama and Krodha, that you need to be aware, you need to be alert. Like we were talking about, some people will start sweating, some people will start screaming, shouting, and then they lose themselves. They are not able to have themselves in their own control. Such kinds of people, when they are not able to have themselves in control, it becomes very difficult. So those people, jnanis, are the ones who are able to be Kama Krododbhavam Vegam. So they are able to have an understanding of what is the impelling force, and then they are able to have mastery over them. So why I am telling is that Bhagavan continues to harp on Kama Krodha. So we have to be also aware that Kama and Krodha is something that we as samsaris also should be cognizant to and start addressing that. Kama is nothing but raga dveshas, the likes and dislikes. And that is the one that is going to create a lot of trouble for everybody in terms of their what is that, yogic path, a karma yoga path, or in terms of understanding oneself. So Kama Krodha Viyuktana, those people who are able to be fully free from Kama and Krodha. Yatinam. Yatinam is primarily, Yati is a rishi only. Okay, Yati is a rishi. Yatinam. So those rishis, Yata Chetasam. Yata Chetasam means who have got absolute control over the mind. Chetas means some places it's also called the heart, but it is not the physical heart. This is primarily, you should look at absolute. Yata Chetasam is having an absolute mastery over the mind. When you have the mastery over your mind, automatically the mastery over the sense organs and the body takes place, because mind is the kind of rain. If you look at again that metaphor of the Bhagavan and Bhagavan in the Gita Padesha, he is holding the reins. So having absolute mastery over the mind, then for these people, Abhito Brahma Nirvanam. Abhitaha in Sanskrit means all rounders. Okay. And all rounders means everywhere is Brahma Nirvanam. For those people, everything is Brahma Nirvanam. They are able to see Brahma in themselves. They are able to see Brahma everywhere. And once Vartate Viditatmana means, Vidita Atmana means these are the people, Vidita, they have known Atmanam. They are able to know that that in the self itself, they are able to see the Brahman. So once they are able to realize themselves, once they are able to see in their self the Brahman, and once they are able to see everywhere the same Brahman that is there in him, for these people, then there is absolute moksha, liberation, because there is absolutely nothing. This jiva, the individuality is gone. If you look at a person who is already a Brahma Nirvana, the Brahma, who has understood the person who has understood that he is a Brahman, he does not have individual identity. If I ask you, tell me about yourself, somebody immediately will say, my name is so-and-so, I am 64 years old, I am working in so-and-so. We have identity only with respect to our body. You say that I am a man, I am a woman. So it is identification with respect to the body. Then next you say, I am 65 years old. Again, identification with your body. Then I am living in Bangalore, identification with the place. Then I have got 2 sons, identification with relationship. So you only identify yourself with the world of things around you. With your body, you identify with your sex you identify, with the relationship you identify. Well, I know Narendra Modi. Again, you relate yourself to somebody else and you say, I know so and so things. Again, ego comes into the picture. So the identification of most of us is centered on outside world. Whereas we are still not able to identify that I am that Brahman, that understanding does not come. Whereas these particular people, their identification is only with the Brahman, that is the divinity within themselves. Once they have that understanding, then they are Jivan Muktas and they have got absolutely no sarga. There is no need of life and death because they don't carry anything as an individuality. Once the individuality is broken, individuality is not there, the jiva is not there. The jiva is only individuality. The individual jivatma is each one of us are having our own jivatma because we each one are individual. Individually, we think that I am that, I am this, I am that. That is the jivatma. Whereas when the individuality is broken, then Brahma Nirvanam, they are only Brahman. They see themselves as Brahman, they see everything as Brahman. But one of the most important things that one needs to understand is Kama, Krodha, Viyuktana, Yata, Chetasam. These three are very important. Getting rid of Kama, Krodha, those who have mastered Kama, Krodha, and having the mind under control. These are the fundamental things that needs to be mastered over time in terms of understanding the true self of oneself. Okay. Next.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyan.
Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyan. Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyan.
Chakshuschaivantare Bhuvoho.
Chakshuschaivantare Bhuvoho. Chakshuschaivantare Bhuvoho.
Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyan. Chakshuschaivantare Bhuvoho.
Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyan. Chakshuschaivantare Bhuvoho. Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyan. Chakshuschaivantare Bhuvoho.
Good. Next.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
Pranapanau samau krutva.
प्राणापानो समौ कृत्वा प्राणापानो समाकृत्वा
Samau. Nasabhyantarcharinau.
नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ प्राणापानो समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
Once again.
प्राणापानो समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
Good. Next.
Gurumurthy Mahodaya.
Sparshan krutva bahirbahyan. Chakshuschaivantare bhuvoho.
Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyan. Chakshuschaivantare Bhuvoho. Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyan. Chakshuschaivantare Bhuvoho.
Good. Next.
Dr. Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
Yes, madam.
Pranapanau samau krutva nasabhyantarcharinau.
प्राणापानो समो कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ प्राणापानो समो कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
First line 2 times.
Sparshan Kritva Bahirbahyam. चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यान् चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः.
Good. Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
Second line 2 times.
प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
Next.
Shanti Badri Bhagini.
The 2 lines once.
स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यान् चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
Good. Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यान् चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
Good. Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
Yes.
Full sloka.
स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यान् चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
Good. Next.
Rajeshwari Shivshankar Bhagini.
Entire sloka once.
Sparshan krutva bahirbahyaan चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
Good. Next.
Lakshmi K Bhagini. Sorry, Lalita K Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यान् चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
Good. Next. Next.
Lakshmi BV Bhagini.
स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यान् चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
One more person.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
Yes. स्पर्शान् कृत्वा बहिर्बाह्यान् चक्षुश्चैवान्तरे भ्रुवोः प्राणापानौ समौ कृत्वा नासाभ्यन्तरचारिणौ.
We'll take next sloka also and then go to the meaning of the 2 slokas. In these 2 slokas, Bhagavan is introducing Dhyana Yoga, meditation. So we'll take the 2 slokas together and then go for the meaning. Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
Yatendriyamano buddhihi
यतेन्द्रियमनो बुद्धिः यतेन्द्रियमनो बुद्धिः
munirmoksha parayana
मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः
Yatendriyamano buddhihi munirmoksha parayana
यतेन्द्रियमनो बुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः यतेन्द्रियमनो बुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः
Next.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
Vigatecha bhayakrodah.
विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः
Yasada mukta eva sah.
यः सदा मुक्त एव सः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः
Vigatecha bhayakrodah. Yasada mukta eva sah.
विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः
Good. Radha Bahini.
Sir. Sir, I'm listening. Sir, can you hear me?
When we can't hear anything, sir.
Now you're okay. You could hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think there is a sudden cloud burst kind of thing in Bangalore. Not cloud burst.
Yeah, same
lightning
here.
and all. So there was a power failure. So I'm just coming on my hotspot. I was just about
sir.
telling you that I'll be coming on hotspot. Now I am fine. Okay.
Okay, sir. Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
Namaste Bhagini.
Namaste. Yatendriya mano buddhihi munirmoksha parayanaha.
यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः निर्मोक्षपरायणः यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः.
Good. Next.
I think Sheila Shinde Bhagini has to repeat because two voices were coming. Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
Second line, can you repeat?
Okay, sir.
Vigatecha bhayakrodah yasada mukta eva sah.
विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः.
Next.
Sarat Chavan Mahodaya.
First line 2 times.
यतेन्द्रियमनो बुद्धि मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः यतेन्द्रियमनो बुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः.
Good. Next.
Dr. Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
Second line 2 times.
Yes, sir. विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः.
Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
The 2 lines together.
यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः.
Good. Next.
Shanti Badri Bhagini.
Yes, sir. यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छा भयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः.
Next.
Gurumurthy Mahodaya.
Yes, sir. यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छाभयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः.
Good. Next.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Yes, sir. यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छभयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः विगतेच्छभयक्रोधः विगतेच्छभयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः.
Vigadecha Bayakrodha. Vigata means getting rid of Icha Bayakrodha. Vigata Icha Bayakrodha. Vigadecha Bayakrodha. Icha, not Icha. Icha.
Vigadecha. Okay.
Icha Bayakrodha. Vigataha. Vigataha Icha Bayakrodha. That is the full, these are the 4 words in that. Yeah. Next.
Okay, sir.
Kashmira Bhagini.
Yes. यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छाभयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः.
Good. One more person.
Rajeshwari Shivshankar Bhagini.
यतेन्द्रियमनोबुद्धिः मुनिर्मोक्षपरायणः विगतेच्छाभयक्रोधः यः सदा मुक्त एव सः.
Good. So we'll go to the meaning of the two slokas. Okay. As I told, these 2 slokas is introduction to Jnana Yogam or meditation by Lord Krishna. So now he has been talking about Karma Yoga or Sannyasa, 2 different lifestyles which can be pursued by those people who want to achieve moksha in this life itself. So it can be Karma Yoga lifestyle or Sannyasa Yoga lifestyle. But at the end of the day, what should happen is that the knowledge has got to come through the mind only. It has got to happen in the mind. So Karma Yogis, they try to put all the efforts through Karma Yoga for Antakarana Chutti, that is the mind cleansing continuously. And Sannyasis, they continue to learn, etc. But at the end of the day, for both of them, the jnana has to take place in their own mind. It is not something that we are going to apprehend with our body complex. No. It has got to happen in the manas and it has got to happen in the mind and buddhi only. Through the buddhi, you try to get rid of your ignorance and then you are able to see that clearly yourself. Okay. So when we have to get into seeing it from inside, then how do you see it from inside? Now we are very clear that you cannot see, only when you know that you are the Brahman yourself, then only you can see everything as the manifestation of Brahman. When you yourself cannot see yourself as a Brahman, your Atma as a Brahman, then it is difficult for you to see the world of objects as Brahman, right? You will also only look at that as a dog or a elephant or a different Brahmana, that is the way you see. Brahmani, Hasini, Gavi, Shuni, Chaiva, Svapa, Kecha, you only see them in the physical form as to how you have been recognizing them all these years of your life. But only when you are able to see that Brahman in yourself and you find that that is the real divinity, and this body complex that I am having is all a kind of shapes and forms which has got no relevance. It is only inside me that is the Brahman. And if that is going to be the Brahman inside me, I can realize that everything else everybody is having is also Brahman. So I can see divinity in everything that I see. That is the kind of knowledge they get. Otherwise, we will not be able to really appreciate other people as Brahman because we do not know ourselves as Brahman. So where do we see the Brahman? Brahman has got to be seen by the self, by himself, through the mind. So it cannot be seen from outside world. Now, right from the time we became slightly aware of the world, say 3 years of age or so, we have been bombarded with information from the world of objects. It might be people talking, it might be the discussions you have in the family, it might be the things that you're seeing, it might be the things that you're tasted, it might be things that you're heard. So you have all the 5 senses, the gates of the body have been continuously pumping information to your mind. So your mind has got so much of data, so much of information with it, so much of imagery it has already got in the mind as to many things. So if you want, now what is happening is that even when you're dreaming, the dream world is also only on the external things. Everything is external for us. But now we say that you have to go inside. So how do you go inside? First thing is you have to shut off the things from outside. Otherwise, you cannot go inside. First, if I want to go inside, I have to ensure that my gate is closed. Otherwise, everything is coming to me from outside. So what is the first thing Bhagavan says is that Bahyan Sparshan. Sparshan means sense objects, world of objects which are being sensed by us and then consumed by us mentally or physically or by the sense organs. So Sparshan, Bahyan Sparshan, external objects which are being consumed by you, Bahi Kritva, keep it out. Bahyan Sparshan, Bahi Kritva, keep them out of your gates. The 5 gates that you can talk about, the sensory gates, you keep the world of objects out of your thing, out of your thing, out of your body, mind, out of essential complex. Okay. So, Bahyan Sparshan Bahi Kritva. First you do that. Then what do you do? Chakshuhu Chaivantare Bruho. Close your eyes. And then Chaivantare Bruho means the 2 eyeballs. In between that, you should have the consciousness of your this thing. Bruham. Bruham is these are eyebrows, no? Between the eyebrows. So when you keep your eyes closed with the eyeballs in that place, then your bruha is going to be exactly in the between them. This place is called bruha. There are 2 between the eyebrows. This place is called bruha. So the eyeballs are exactly in between the 2. Okay, so you can close your eyes. So he says a chakshuhu chaivantare bruoho. The 2 eyeballs, keep it exactly on either side of the bruho and then close your eyes. Close your eyes. Okay. Then after closing the eyes, prana apano samo kritva. Close your eyes. Then what is happening is that when you close your eyes, you are not able to see the world of objects. One. He is going to talk a lot of things in the next chapter. Assume that you are sitting in a silent room where there is no noise coming from outside. Assume that the room that you are sitting is far away from the kitchen, so you are not getting the smell of the kesari that is being cooked in the house. So nothing comes to the smell, nothing comes to your this thing, nothing you are able to hear, nothing to smell, nothing to, you are not eating anything also, you are not putting something in the mouth, bubble gum, and then you are not doing that also. So your tongue is also out of action, eyes out of action, ears out of action, smell is not coming, you are sitting in a silent room. Then in that position, prana apana samokritva. Then you nasa vyantara charino. Start looking, start having a focus on the breath. Nasa vyantara charino. Look at the breath that is going between the 2 nostrils. In, out, in, out. When you start looking at the breath, if you're looking at the breath means actually you have to look at the breath. You are not seeing through the eye, but you are internally you're looking at the breath. When you close your eyes and then you go cut off yourself all the senses, then slowly breathe in, slowly breathe out, and have a focus on the breath. Then what happens is that the breath starts coming down. Breath starts becoming absolutely steady. When you are in a tensed mood, the breath is, you start sweating and you got to fast breathing. But now when you start sitting like that for at least 5 minutes, the breath stabilizes. When the breath stabilizes, the mind calms down. When the mind calms down, the external world of things go away. Then you continue to focus on the breath. Then you will realize that you are able to get into yourself and you're also able to keep your mind under control. So this is one of the techniques Bhagavan has just started telling that. Bahyan sparshan bahi kritva chakshuhu chaivantre bruvoho prana pano samo kritva. That is, breathe steadily. Samo means steadily. Breathe slowly, exhale slowly. So that both of them are steady. Steady breathing inside. Apana inside. Prana outside. So prana, apana, prana is exhale, apana is inhale. So do that in a very, very steady way. And then you also start paying attention to what is passing to nasabhyaha antaracharina. Whatever is going inside the nostrils, you be aware of that. You do that. So that's what it is. Okay. Sparshan kritva bahirbahyam chakshushchaivantra bruhoh pranapano samokritva nasabhyantaracharino. Then yatendriya manobuddhihi. Then yatendriya. By that, you try to bring indriya, manas and buddhi all under control. Okay. Mind does not start wandering away. Mind is steady. It doesn't start looking at thinking something in what is to be and what it is, what happened yesterday, what was the issue that we had, what is happening to the elections in India. No, nothing. So yatendriya mano buddhi. Indriyas under control, mind under control, intellect also in control, because you are not going to start analyzing what is going to happen in the election results. And you bring that also into control in terms of not doing unnecessary analysis and decisions. Yatendriya mano buddhihi. Then in that state, munihi moksha parayanaha. Moksha parayanaha means with the only goal of moksha. Only goal, the parayana means goal, ultimate goal of what you are looking forward only in terms of moksha. Then vigataha icha bhaya krodha, getting rid of icha, desires, fear and anger. And if you are able to do all these things, yaha, that person sada, always mukta eva saha, he is always a mukta. He is always a person who is liberated. A person who is able to do these things, he will be able to get liberated. Okay. So he says that this is what you need to practice also. Spashan kritva bahirbahyan chakshuchchaivantare bruvoho pranapano samokritva nasabhyantara charino yatendriya manobuddhihi munirmoksha parayanaha vigatecha bhayakrodha yassada mukta evasaha. So this is one of the most important things that people have to start working on meditation. And only when we start doing that, we'll be able to control the mind, we'll be able to control the senses, we'll be able to control our thought process, and we'll be able to also bring in antakarana chutti. And antakarana chutti alone will help us in terms of getting jnana by the process of attending lots of satsang. Now, all of you are attending this Bhagavad Gita class. You are trying to get a high level understanding of what is Bhagavad Gita teaching. Okay. So chanting is one way of prayer. If you look at chanting, chanting is a prayer. Chanting is also going to make your mind calm. In this particular case, what you are doing is, apart from chanting, you are also doing a kind of understanding to some extent based on whatever limited knowledge I have. I'm trying to share with you. So you understand what is Bhagavad Gita. So Shravanam. So you have been doing Shravana. You have been listening to Bhagavad Gita and also listening to the meanings of Bhagavad Gita. Then Manana, maybe you may be sitting in your house sometimes and thinking about what happened in the class. He was talking about Karma Yoga. He was talking about Jnana Yoga. He said lifestyles. He said Kama Krodha. He said Yuktanam. All those things, words start bombarding your mind and you start contemplating. I'm sure that many of you will start contemplating and thinking about what happened in 1 hour of discussion in the class. Then actually the meditation, what you do is Shravana, Manana. That is called Manana. Contemplation is Manana. Nididhyasana is a deep meditation. Understanding that. So whatever Shravana, Manana you do, you try to focus on something and then start into deep meditation. And when you do that regularly, you will be able to understand the Brahman inside you. That is what is the overall meaning that Bhagavan is giving. So he has just started Dhyana Yoga in these 2 shlokas. Okay. Next.
Lalita K. Bhagini.
Bhoktarai yajñatapasam.
Bhoktarai yajñatapasam. Bhoktarai yajñatapasam.
Sarvalokamaheeshwaram.
Sarvalokamaheeshwaram. Sarvalokamaheeshwaram.
Bhoktarai yajñatapasam. Sarvalokamaheeshwaram.
Bhoktarai yajñatapasam. Sarvalokamaheeshwaram. Bhoktarai yajñatapasam. Sarvalokamaheeshwaram.
Next.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
Suhrudam sarvabhutanam.
Suhrudam sarvabhutanam. सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां
ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति
ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति
सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति
सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Good. Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
भोक्तारं यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम्
भोक्तारयज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम् भोक्तारयज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम्.
Good. Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति
सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
First line 2 times.
भोक्तारयज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम् भोक्तारयज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम्.
Good.
Lakshmi BV Bhagini.
Second line 2 times.
सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Good. Next.
Shanti Badri Bhagini.
Both the lines.
भोक्तारयज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम् सुहृतं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Good. Next.
Dr. Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
Both the lines.
भोक्तारं यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम् सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Good. Next.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
Entire shloka once.
भोक्तारं यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
भोक्तारयज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम् सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Good. Next.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
भोक्तारयज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम् सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Good. Next. One more person.
Gurumurti Mahodaya.
Yes, ma'am.
Entire shloka once.
भोक्तारयज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम् सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Okay. So we'll go to the meaning of the shloka. Mam Jnatva. So knowing it is me. What is that is me? Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Okay. For everything, the entire universe is the Maheshwaram. We have Ishvara, Mahat Ishvara, Maheshwara, which means he is a superior of everything in the world, in the universe, which means he is a supreme God. Okay, we may call him Shiva or Vishnu or Narayana, anything we can call, but he is the supreme God. So, Jnatva Mam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Okay. Then, whenever we do a karma, then what is happening that if you are not a karma yogi, we become a doer. Okay. We are the doer of a karma. And then when you do the karma, any kind of action, then what happens is that you get result. When you consume the result, then you are a bhokta. So you become a karta when you do the karma. When the result comes, you become the enjoyer of the karta. That is, you are a bhokta also. But now he says, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Mam. I am the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I am the one. And then Yajna Tapas. People do Yajna. We have, I think in the 3rd chapter, we have done a lot of discussion about the Yajnas. So anything we say that we have to do Yajna, the attitude of Yajna has to be cultivated. Even when you cook food, you first come and offer it to the altar of the God, and then you say, God, it is all yours. I offered it to you. Then God, when you take the food away, it is not the food, it is a prasada that God has given to you. It is been offered to him and God has given to you as a prasada. That is one yajna. Another yajna can be that you go and feed a cow. That can be one yajna. So there are a lot of yajnas. I think in detail we discussed in the 3rd chapter. And then we also we had some discussion of tapas. Tapas is disciplining oneself. Somebody has Ekadashi Vrata. That is a tapas. So all those things are primarily in terms of disciplining oneself. So when you do yajna and tapas, what Bhagavan says is that yajna, tapas, whatever is being done, please understand, bhoktaram mam. I am the person who is the enjoyer of the whatever you are doing as a yajna or whatever you are doing as a tapas, know that I am the one who is enjoying it. So he is accepting that when you offer a prasada to God, when you offer naivedyam to God, he says, I am the one who is enjoying it. You give a tapas, you do a prayer, he says, I am the one who is enjoying it. So he says, you please understand that whatever you do in the process of understanding me, Mam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Yajna Tapasam Bhoktaram, I do that. And also know me, Mam, you also know me as Sukhrudam. I am a person with a deep, kind heart. Sukhrudam. Hrudam is heart. And if you look at a friend, you also say he is my friend. A mitra, we tell them. But in the case of Bhagavan, Sukhrudam means he does the help without any expectation. He just helps you. He feels that you have to be supported, he comes for your support. And for whom all he supports? Sarva Bhutanam. For everybody, be it an animal, be it a human being, for everything, he is got unconditional love and affection and support that he can give. Sukhrudam Sarva Bhutanam. When you are able to understand me like this, and then when you yourself know that you are the Brahman, and then when you know that the Brahman and me are all same, and I am the consumer of these yajnas and tapas, etc., then at the end of the day, you realize yourself, which is the absolute Shanti. Okay, so that Shanti is the Brahman in you, that Shanti is what your true nature, and that is what me also. Then you are going to be that Shanti, you are going to get within me itself, and then you will. That itself, the Shanti Mruchati means you achieve the Shanti, which itself is achieving a Brahman, which itself is achieving me, which itself is an Ishvara and me and you. That is Ishvara and the Jiva, both of them are merged together. Now, yeah. So once you are able to know that I am the one who is going to be taking every Jajna, Tapas, etc., Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, and the same thing is the Brahman that you realize in yourself, then you get an absolute Shanti, which is absolute Nirvana, which is absolute Brahman, which is absolute Moksha. So that is the way he has concluded this particular chapter. Bhoktaram, Bhoktarayakya Tapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam Jnatva, Mam Shanti Mruchati. The Shanti Mruchati means that you are able to be absolutely at peace within yourself. You have nothing required from anything, anywhere in the world, including your own body. You have no expectation of your body. You have no expectation of your senses to get you something. Nothing. You are absolute peace within yourself. In that state, it is you are a Brahman, and nothing is going to matter whether it's a body or it's a mind or a complex or where you are here, nothing is there. So you merge with Bhagavan himself, then Ishvara and you become one and the same. So that is the way he has concluded this particular shloka. But he has already started introducing that being a karma yogi and sannyasi, it is essential that you need to have a meditative practice, which is very important in terms of getting to this particular state to understand yourself, because we can see the Brahman in ourselves only through our own mind. We cannot apprehend that. We cannot open our eyes and see something. No. We have to see Drishyati Nija Hridayastam Devam. You have to see. When you see, then you become that. So what he is telling is meditation is the next step that one has to do, which is very, very important in the path of realization. And that is the way he has completed this chapter. And the 6th chapter is going to be purely, it's called Atma Sanyama Yoga or Dhyana Yoga, which we can take it up in the coming class. Okay, now we'll close this. Somebody can, I'll chant it once, and one or two of you can chant this. Om Tat Saditi Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Sauvade Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Panchamodhyayah.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Yes, sir. Should I just read, sir? Om Tat Saditi Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Panchamodhyayah.
One more person.
Lakshmi BV Bhagini.
Om Tat Saditi Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayai Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Panchamodhyayah.
Very good. So we are happy that by God's grace we have been able to complete the 5 chapters. I'll chant these 5 slokas, 4 slokas, and then we'll close the YouTube recording. Okay. Kama Krodha Viyuktanam Yatinai Yata Chetasam Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam Sparshan Krutva Bahirbhakyan Chakshuschaivantare Bhruvoho Prana Pano Samo Krutva Nasapyantara Charino Yatendriyamano Buddhihi Munirmoksha Parayanaha Vigatecha Krodha Yasada Mukta Yevasaha Bhoktarai Yajñatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhrudham Sarvabhutanam Jnatva Mam Shanti Mruchyati. Om Tatsaditi Shrimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Sauvade Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Panchamodhyayah. Om Tat Sat. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi